matter of fact, this was crazy. Now we get into an age where people are getting into relationships with AI. And there's a movie about this that I thought was insane, but my goodness, like this,
Hey,
and everybody's a relationship expert now and single. I'm still trying to figure out how that works.
Derek Jackson lives on. Derek Jackson lives
Yeah,
on. No,
I-
I'm joking.
yeah, yeah. So this is what I should do. Yeah.
But
So that works for your woman? Oh, I ain't got no woman. What?
but speaking to that mythology that you just spoke to of being deceived by it, the same happens in these social media arenas, man, because so many people get views and followers. I think it was me and McKee had that conversation a while back, how that can lead to a deception, right? Of people believing they're uh, more of an expert on something because of the views and the followers, and it can misbelieve. It can make people believe that they're experts at something, right? But can't sustain anything. I'm one of them. No, let me stop. But you see what I'm
What is it
saying. But
called?
that's the danger of this area we're in to that point. Like, people lean on that aha moment that gets the views and the likes and the followers, but you know what is still validating or bringing about the credibility. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. I just
Yeah.
wanted to throw that out there.
No. To your point, I wanted to ask: have you ever heard of the seersucker theory?
Like a seersucker suit, because I got one.
No. So
Pinstripe.
a
Okay.
yeah, it's a no seersucker suits. There's a guy by the name of J Scott Armstrong, and
Okay.
he kind of presented what he called the seersucker theory. And the phrase that he used is called no matter how much evidence exists that the seers do not seer. So it's SEERS.
Seersucker.
So
Okay.
seer sucker.
Seer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what he says is no matter how much evidence that seers do not exist, suckers will pay for the existence of seers anyway. So it doesn't matter but as long as and it like people love the echo chamber.
Mm.
So when somebody says something, Kevin Samuels single-handedly ruined this, by the way,
Rest in peace.
because
Uh,
what Kevin Samuels
oh,
did.
can I put the disclaimer out real quick before we?
Yeah, go ahead with the disclaimer, man. I'm gonna let
The
you do it this
views and
time.
opinions of this show are not representative of names not important. They are those views of the individuals who state them. All right, go ahead, Mac. Go ahead.
So now what I mean by Kevin Samuels ruined it is what Kevin Samuels was doing was saying things in a way that made men feel better about themselves. And he captured an echo chamber. And that's what other guys do. So then are y'all familiar? McKee's not on, he's not backstage right now, but are you familiar with a group called Tonight's Conversation? They have a very exclusive
Oh, is
panel
that
of
is that the
young,
one with the young brother with the beard and the glasses?
yeah,
And
like
he,
they
because
have
I
a
used
very
some clips of him.
I, I love him, by the way. I
Yeah,
do not know his name,
he
but dude is
very,
I love dude. Very intelligent brother.
yes,
But there are again he and I share a lot of the same echo chamber kind of thoughts, which is part of the reason why I love him so much. But but on that show, they were doing one with a guy that has his own show, and I do not know his name either. But they brought him on the show, and I actually commented under it and was like, "Why do y'all keep bringing him to the show?" Because it's clear that he gaslight. So on one episode, he actually says that he was a high value man. And when the woman asked him why did he consider himself a high value man, One of the first things he said is because I'm 6'4", and the second thing he said is because I make over six figures a year. And it was just like, again, the seer sucker theory strikes again. Because for the problem I had with his statement is in certain segments of our society, that statement he made is true. That's problematic for me because people find that true. You find value in a person based on how they look. Now, that doesn't mean that you're wrong. It just means that that is a shame that that's how low the bar has been set. And that's the way I look at it. Like the bar is just set low. So if you like for example, if you see a young lady, and this is why so to all the relationship experts out there, let me I'm married, number one. But number two, and I'm gonna shorten this up, and Ben ain't gonna do nothing but laugh when I say it. But let's just say I'm well traveled. With that being said, when there is a young lady that you fashion yourself to want to go after, and I'm just speaking to young brothers out there right now, you have to consider a couple of things. And what's crazy is and free you chime in, correct me where I'm wrong. But what's crazy is there's really no wrong answer. If that young lady says, I only want money, and you decide to give money, if that makes you happy, that's the right answer. Like, I don't know no other way to put it. That's what makes you happy, then that's the right answer. You only get to wrong answers when you become unhappy. But there's no wrong answer. So if you want to, because what they, I mean, look it up, but there's a term called cuckold, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with a cuckold if the cuckold is happy being a cuckold. I can't stress that enough. And some people are like that's a reality of it. Some people are. So if you find solace in if you're a female that finds solace in making money, then okay. If you're happy,
Yeah.
if you
What
if your men find solace in giving it, okay, you're
what
happy.
the thing that we always fear in that is that you're not putting your true self forward. And see, the
Right.
problem with that is, when people go deeper, whether it be marriage or living together, whatever, you really see like, oh, this ain't who that person is. So, I think number one, if that brother's being honest, and that's where his values were, 6'4", I make good money. Now you're going to be beholding to that if that's what you set as what is valuable in what, because that is going to be what you mainly attract people to, those two things. And to your point of, the values, what's right or wrong, right, we don't know, we figure it out, we find our happiness. But the key is going to be, if you present this, or you say, this is me, or this is what I value, you're going to be beholding to that. And the minute that changes, if that person doesn't understand that, that's where we see a lot of problems come into play. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
I always presented myself as broke, so now I have to have to wear no mask. I know why my woman
Right.
here with me. We going on 17 years, right? But if I'd have come out trying to present like I got it like that, the struggles that have come about recently, it might have been difficult, right? Um,
Yeah.
so I just say, where we set our values, make sure those are things that we, I guess, we won't stray away from, or those are those, you know, they're we hold true to them. You know what I mean?
It-
Cause
yeah,
Because, you know, where I find my happiness might not be the same place as many others, you know.
exactly. Everybody has their own happiness hypothesis.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
is your definition of what the good life is. Like everybody has their own,
yeah.
and as long as you can find it, it's fine. But it's I again, and I'm not hating on the people who do like the relationship expert stuff. I mean, some of y'all do sound ridiculous though. Like it's I what like how do you give somebody if you've
But
never actually been successful?
it's a new day and age though, man. Like we've been out the
But is it
game
like
so
basketball?
long.
Is it like basketball? Like are some of these people like the Stan and Jeff Van Gundy's of you know you know what I mean? Like these are the people who are like Stan and Jeff Van Gundy were not successful at playing basketball, but they're great coaches. Like maybe that's what it is. Like
Yeah.
they've never actually been successful
But
playing the game,
even
but
now, but if you look at it now though,
yeah,
their era has passed. Like it's not
I guess,
it's not the same game. You know, they were coaching traditional centers, and and you know now everybody wants to be a guard, shoot from the perimeter. The game is played on the perimeter now. Like
yeah.
it's totally different.
But
So I look at it
but
now
Jeff
like
Van Gundy's he's on the sideline right now. Jeff Van Gundy's coaching with the Golden State Warriors,
he's
so it
coaching
still
with.
works.
He's coaching with.
But hold
He's
on,
got
isn't
the
Stan
head
Van
coach.
Gundy still? Hold
He's
on,
got
isn't
the
Stan Van
head
Gundy
coach.
still a head coach?
No. Stan went back for a little bit with Orlando, but no. Um, you
Okay.
know, but there are
He
guys
left
that
Orlando,
adapt.
went to Detroit. Yeah,
Yeah, there are guys that adapt. But I just think, you know, sometimes when you've been out the game for a while, it's hard to come back. I'll just say that
yeah.
it's hard to come back because a lot of things look so different. So I'm taking it from the lens of, and I don't keep up with a lot of it like that because like I'm married, I don't really. But to that degree, it's like it may be valuable in that circle because it's changed so much. Mac, listen, I remember when I was dating in college, man. If you could take it for a good combo at a Mickey D's or something, you was a solid brother.
Man, listen, Applebee's was a splurge.
Applebee's was a
That was
splurge.
it was a
Yeah,
complete flex.
yeah.
Take somebody out.
Applebee's, Japanese steakhouse, like that was like big time.
Yeah,
Like, oh, he loved me. He take me to nice
yeah, we
dinners.
want the good table. Make it way back
Yeah,
there in the corner
but
at the
but
good
but a
table.
regular night, yeah, regular night when times were rough, it was $2 movies and Bojangles, and you were good
Yeah.
too. It's a different level now.
And some of these dudes are still doing this now. So look, I don't want to make it seem like they ain't. They are.
No,
But
they
it's
not.
like
But
when
you
you
know,
do this,
but it's more of a pick this up on your way home type thing. Like I'm at the
yeah.
crib. It ain't no be like, baby, you hungry?
Or
Let's go get something to eat. Let's go sit down
yeah.
at, at church. No, you
It,
no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
back then it was it was like your local neighborhood pizzeria in Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's Uber Eats and Netflix. So is
Exactly.
I mean those cheap. My point is those cheap dates still exist. They just look different. Like
Yeah, they
it ain't the
do.
same. Netflix you used to
They
have to
do.
order them.
Yeah, they do. They do. You right. They do. They
But
look
yes,
different.
it,
Yeah.
it ain't too different. But I still like I said it's what always
Ain't
confused.
nobody still asking, do you want a massage? No.
I don't look. I don't even know no more. I have no idea, but I wouldn't doubt it. that was part of it because
You
I've
know, that
I've
was the
heard some
line
foolishness,
when you got the good blockbuster movie, you got to the creek.
and I've heard some foolishness with some of these kids that we like. I wouldn't doubt it, but it's
Oh,
but I don't
we
know. Like
being
I said,
silly,
I
y'all.
think
I'm sorry.
yeah, I think I don't know, man. Like I just don't get the whole. I've been unsuccessful at dating, so let me tell you how to date. Like what? like,
But once
like
again, man,
how can
people get a platform and get a lot of attention, and now they're experts in it. And I
yeah,
think
but
that's what we
it
see,
goes
man.
back. It's the same thing. It's a market because people love the echo chamber.
Yeah,
So it's as long people want to walk into a place that sounds like them. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, men ain't ish or women ain't ish. And then it's like, man, it could have everything to do with who you choosing to date. But
yeah.
it's a whole nother subject people don't want to
And
talk about.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of
Like,
that,
why are all and like you'll see somebody come on Facebook and they'll be like, why are all men, why do y'all do such and such and such and such? And it's like, why are we all in a box? Like I ain't never done that whack mess that this Joker did. Like I mean, and this and how people react to certain things changes from person to person. Because it's like, I mean, I've seen some men that are just like they'll be like, "Excuse me, young lady, you look good today," and they'll be like, "I'm not interested." They'll be like, "Bump you trick." There's like you like
yeah,
it's bipolar. Like I
yeah.
ain't never done nothing like that. Like it's but
Everybody
then
sensitive.
is then you'll have people that'll come on. Like there's a guy that I follow. I think he might actually be in Raleigh, but he is like I think his show is called the Angry Man Channel. I don't know if you ever seen it, but it's like the angriest black dude I've ever seen, and all his anger is directed at black women, and it's just like, dog, who hurt you? Because the way you categorize black women, like all black women aren't that way. I'm sorry, is
Yeah,
that's not a true statement, and
yeah.
it
All
and
black
those
women are
things
that way.
vary.
Just the one I got. Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah, I think we should probably
Edit that
transition.
one out, Matt. Edit that one out.
I'm waiting for you to get caught in a headlock all of a sudden, Tyrese did in Baby Boy. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, call your mom. you see Jerry come from behind. Mom.
I know. I know.
Yeah, call
I
your
know.
mom.
I look. I made sure you was with the door closed. You in trouble.
But
In
yeah, this
trouble.
I don't know. I think when it comes to like, especially for young people in relationships, I've had conversations with young people about that, and it's the main thing that I tell everybody is if we end this segment with anything, the one thing I tell everybody is maintain who you are and your character. Don't.
Yeah.
So if you like, I had a kid once tell me, he bought a girl some stuff for a dance they were going to, and then he felt bad for doing it. And I'm like, dog, like, but you feel bad because of what other people say about what you did. You have to stay focused on how you made her feel about what you did. And if it wasn't properly appreciated, you continue that in your character because somebody's going to properly appreciate it. That's when you'll know you found your like where you are. And it has to be
Yeah.
it has to be that way. You have to maintain consistency of your own character. Like don't adjust your character for nobody else.
Yeah. I feel you. I just want to say this before we end this segment, though. But Mac, think about it, though, man. Nowadays, to me, man, it's so much easier, man. Because remember, just think about what we could have done if we had social media.
I
Because
know.
You know, back in the day, you had to really like ask somebody for their number to
Yeah.
get in contact with them. Like you had, and if they dissed you, it was like, oh, now you can just slide in somebody DM if you know their name. Oh, I know they on IG. Let me message them. They on this.
Yeah.
You can get in contact with. You remember all the
I've
girls we
seen
see from
it.
other schools, and you be like, man, I need
Yeah.
I need a
I've
chance to
seen
get to
it.
know her. And now you could just be like, oh, I don't need to know her. Let me send her this message.
Yeah, I've seen videos where they go, "What's your IG?" And I'm like, "Dang, that's how people receive phone calls now."
Yeah, they don't. That's the
and
thing. I like when they
and what's
slide in
crazy
my
is we're
DM.
not that old. And that I think is what's crazy about that is we see what they're doing now. We're like, man, we're not that old. Like we're not that far off from technology. Like it was we were the guinea pigs. Like, dude,
Yeah.
first off, these are look, I'm gonna rant a little bit right now because this
Uh
is kind
oh.
of crazy what I think about.
Come on.
So first off, these jokers we talk about texting and so on and so forth. Like, no, do you Motorola two-way pages? Let's start there. Like
Yeah.
that was us.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
us. That was the Negroes that you try to call Unc. Nah,
Yeah.
we the reason that y'all now have this fast acting text messaging availability going on right now.
Yeah. Because
We're,
remember, you
we're
used to
the
have
we're
to
the
pay
ones that
for it.
broke through. Yeah, you used to have to pay for it. We're the ones that broke through that for you. Like that. Stop calling me Unc. I'm not your uncle. That's how this works.
That's the sign of respect
I'm
nowadays,
on
man.
I'm on my
I
I'm
look,
on
I
my
feel
angry I'm
good.
on my angry rant.
Hey, look, I feel good because they be everybody. They be like, "All right, OG." I'll be like,
Like,
at
y'all
first, I'd
like
be
that.
like, "I'll still take you to the hoop." Don't be calling me OG. I'll still take you to the
Yeah.
hoop. But that's how they
I
show
told you what
respect.
happened at one
OG,
I told you
huh?
what happened at one time I was in Apex playing at the YMCA and the dude was like, I got old school. And I was like 30 something. So this was like this was like 10 years ago. I was like, old school, man, I busted that dude ass completely. Like I was giving him so many buckets that he looked. I had hit him like with a shimmy, turn around, jump shot off the backboard, like bait shot off the backboard. At that point, I probably had like 10. And he looked at his partner and he did this, and his partner said, "Man, just foul him." I was like, right. Call me old school again. I walked out with ice on both knees and elbows.